it's a little bit rounded. Same thing on the real one, so that is also correct. One thing that I will say that I can point out as a difference from right when I look at the CCs is the shaping of the CC, and also the sizing of the CCs is different. I know because yes, it is a different sizing bag, but if you actually look closely, this bottom of the real authentic one, it's a lot more skinnier and almost a little bit more like chic, and like the shape of it is a little bit rounded, whereas on the replica it's going to be like a little bit more bigger and just sharper in shape, which is not like it's a bad thing, but just when you're comparing it side by side to the real thing, it's just that the CCs over here, they're just a little bit skinnier in size compared to the replica. Here are the side by sides to look at the stitching. Here is the back of the bags. The top. If you can hear from how the chain sounds, this one has a lot more of a heavier feel, and also that metal sound where it like kind of almost clanks to each other. However, on the replica, it's a lot more of a lighter material, and it sounds almost as if it's like plasticky. It's not plastic, it's just the material isn't as like, the materials just aren't as heavy as the authentic one. So as you can hear the difference, here's a clank. And then when you open up the bags, this is the replica. The inside of the jumbo is not going to be raised like how the medium size is, but I do want you guys to look at the color. As you can see, it's not spot on, but it is very similar. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but if you can see, this is more like a dark red into like a burgundy purple. This one has almost like a brown undertone, but it is burgundy. It's just a little bit harder to tell on camera because of the lighting that's in my kitchen right now. But when you compare it side by side, it's almost similar but slightly different. Now, one thing I want to point out here, as you can see, even on this bag, even though the CCs aren't raised, you see how the spacing is the same here, here, and here. So no matter what Chanel bag you have, the CCs are always going to be similar in size. And so when you look at the replica, they did replicate that very well. And then you have this little part right here. There's a little cover on here so that it doesn't get scratched. So Chanel Paris and Chanel Paris. Of course, the replica doesn't have anything on it. As you can see on the authentic, it goes over and under. On the replica, it's still over and under, so it is correct. It's just I wanted to point out some of the details in difference. I know it's kind of hard because you have this jumbo Chanel bag versus the caviar medium, so the sizing and the look of the bags are going to be different. You keep in mind the shape and the stitching. I will say that the two bags, I will say that the replica was very well made. It's kind of hard for the camera to pick up, but there is the button that says Chanel Paris. The wording is a little bit different. On here, the words seems to be a little bit more spaced out and just kind of like pressed on, whereas this one, it's more printed and stamped on. The spacing is definitely a lot different, and the letters on the authentic one is going to be a lot smaller, whereas this one, as you can see, it's a lot bigger. I just don't know if the camera is going to be picking that up. I don't know if you guys can tell, but if you look at the CCs here, and then you look at the CCs here, the CCs on the authentic is going to be skinnier, And on here it's going to be a bit chunkier and it's also thicker. So if you can see that. On the real Chanel Jumbo, this one was actually made in Italy, so it's gonna be different where this one it says made in France on the inside. But I do want to point out is when you open up the bag itself, it typically should be peeking through. You see how here to here, right? And on this bag, they actually did a good job replicating that, where it does peek out. Because sometimes what replica
better, but I don't really like using the waterproof because it's just so much more difficult to take out. I've also recently discovered Morphe lipsticks. This is this liquid lipsticks, which I'm using right now. The one that I've got is actually not this one. Oh, it is this one. It's in Bite Me. So it's like a nude brown, which I really, really love. And this one is in Schoolgirl, which is a really beautiful neutral pink. This one is beautiful too. So these two colors I do really recommend. And I've also just got a Maybelline lip liner in Rose, which I use to line my lips. And then inside it's also got a back compartment, and in here I've stored my key cards, which is just like traveling here in Melbourne for the trams and the trains. And then, okay, so it's got this little hook as well, and what it does is you can change the hooks from just like a D-ring to one with like a buckle, so that you can change from, I guess, top handle to the strap. But what I've done is I've just attached the strap to the buckle. I don't think it really matters, and this is how I'm going to wear it anyways. Kind of love the look of this. I think it's sort of what makes this whole bag. If I didn't have this, I probably wouldn't be as tempted to get this, but since having both, it is just like the perfect combination. I love the texture that it gives. I just think it's different. The color is so gorgeous. I love this color a lot more than the Zucca print color here. As you can see, it's a lot more of a rich like autumnal brown, and this one's just a little bit more muted. So I really, really love this color here. I'm tempted to sell this, but the problem is I use the strap for my little croissant bag. Like, how cute is it? So if I can find just like this strap on its own, I probably will sell off this bag, because I don't know, I feel like I probably haven't been using this as much lately. If you were going to compare this size and this size, I do feel like this bag here, this baguette and the cloth does carry and fit a lot more. It's also not as structured as this one. So for example, this has nothing in it and it looks beautiful. It sort of holds its shape because it's just a thicker bag, whereas this, if I took out all the stuffing, it will actually collapse on itself, which I don't mind. Like when you're traveling and you have a collapsible bag, it's actually very, very convenient because you don't have to worry about it holding its shape. You can just squish it down, and then yeah, it's actually quite versatile. Reminds me of like the Prada nylon, so I do actually use this a lot when I'm traveling. But do I need so many like Zucca style Fendi baguettes? I don't know. So that's sort of what I'm thinking about. But I love this strap for this bag. And I feel like if I sold this on its own, it will reduce the value a lot. So yeah, if anyone has a strap that they're willing to sell me so I can put this back with the bag and sell it off as a complete set, do let me know. Or if you know if I can buy this separately, I would love to hear from you. But it just looks so, so good with my croissant bag that I like. It's a permanent add-on to this bag. Like I don't use this bag without this strap like ever. So yeah, anyways, that is it, you guys. That is my little Fendi reveal and a little mini Fendi collection. I do love Fendi Zucca items, like especially the baguettes. I don't like many of their other stuff, but the baguettes I am sort of a sucker for. My ultimate baguette is going to have to be the purple sequin, like vintage baguette, not the newer style but the older one with the actual longer strap. I love the vintage baguettes, and that purple sequin has my heart. Unfortunately, they're going for an extortionate amount of money because it was featured in Sex and the City and it's just iconic, so I don't think I'll ever add that to my collection. But yeah, if I ever see that for a reasonable price, I definitely would add it because it is just gorgeous. But yeah, that is it from me, you guys. That is my latest Fendi handbag edition / reveal. Do let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. I know I've talked you guys' ear off, so give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and also check out my Instagram. But as always, hope you guys are having a wonderful week or weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Good quality dust bag, so that's that. Here's the bag. This is medium large, double flap, and it's in caviar leather, and the hardware is silver. So it's called, I think, 2.55. There is 2 cloths to keep it in and keep it from scratching up and stuff. So I put them in and I put it in the dust bag. I don't put it in the box when I don't use it, but I do put it in the dust bag. There's a stuffing, and let me show you all details. So all the stitchings and everything is a really good quality. CC lock, turn lock, it turns like so. Okay, the side. You can see the double flap, the back pocket. I put like a card if I need to. I don't really use it much because I don't want to stretch it. Okay, and then there's a chain. It's pretty good. My friend has a authentic, the same bag, medium, large, caviar, and I think hers was in silver too. So when I get a chance, I'm going to compare it side by side and see if I can spot a difference. And there's inside here, and there's one zipper pocket here, but this space is so small, I don't think I can put anything in there. Yeah, leather smells good too. And there's another pocket right here. Actually, this pocket comes in very handy for me. I would put receipts or like feminine product for emergency. I use this pocket a lot. Alright, so there's a CC, and the lining is a gorgeous burgundy color. And I believe the inside is supposed to be a lambskin. It is definitely a lot smoother than the outside compared to the pebbled leather like this, caviar leather. There's one more pocket here. I would put like a phone in here. And my Galaxy Note 9 phone fits perfectly inside. Let me see if I can focus here. The little right here, it says Chanel and then Paris on the bottom. I don't know if I can insert a clip. Here is some close-up. Still hard to see, but it says Chanel and Paris. There's a Chanel made in France. And let me show you the inside so we can see there. 2 slot pockets here on the side, and this is supposed to be a lipstick holding spot, but it's very narrow. Only like a mini size lipstick can fit in. And inside it looks like so. So I love this bag. It's so classic and elegant. I love this bag, and surprisingly it can go well with the casual outfit, obviously with the formal outfit, and it's incredible. So, like I said, I got this bag from Nancy, and I think I paid $225 and $20 for fast shipping, EMS shipping. So, yeah, and I had this bag for a couple months, and I took her out everywhere. I love this bag, and the quality is really good. Like I said, I would try to film a comparison video with a authentic Chanel bag and see if I can spot differences. But for now, let me show you how it wears on my body. I am 5'3", and there are a few ways to wear this. This is my favorite way to wear it. Long strap shoulder bag, and obviously you can do double strap, and this looks great on with the formal outfit. So cute. And you can wear crossbody depending on the height, depending on your height and your body frame. But on me, it looks good, I think. And where it sits on my body, I do like it. I don't want it sitting too low on my body when it's crossbody, so this is perfect. Alright, so that was my little review for my lovely Chanel bag. And if you have any questions, let me know. Bye!